Hello, everyone. This is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona, and I come live to show you what I've been working on in my craft room. And this week and the last few days, I've been working on the Simply Zinnia bundle, the stamp set, the dies, the flowering Zinnia's designer series paper. Had an event this weekend and used some of the products for that. So I kind of wanted to show you what I was working on. As a reminder, the Simply Zinnia's, just this is what that looks like. It's a gorgeous stamp set with some coordinating dies that I'll show you how I've made some flowers. It's an online exclusive from Stampin' Up!, meaning that you'll find it online only. You won't find it in any catalog. So if you need help finding it online, let me know and I'll help. But I'll pop you down to the workspace and I'll show you what I've been working on. And give me a shout out if you're here or watching the replay. If you have any questions, also post them in the comments and I'll go through those at the end and see if you have any questions about how this all works. But thanks everyone for joining me. If you miss any of the dimensions or the directions, look for them at KimPlaysWithPaper.com. All right, so like I mentioned, there is the Simply Zinnia stamp set. Hey, Lori, thanks for watching. And then we have coordinating dies. Lots of different pieces for dies. These are a flower builder where they're, I'll show you how they go together or can go together. Bunch more dies in that I haven't used yet. That happens to be the case. Now they're stuck in there. But they're really fun to work with. Hey, Brenda, thanks for joining. So I'll have to take those off. This big die, I don't want to break them either. We have leaves and we have a die that cuts out. That's the one I wanted to show you. So you can stamp and then color. That's the one thing I haven't done yet is color the flowers, but I've worked with a lot of different things. So you can see that there are lots of leaf and stem pieces as well. Good morning, Sandy. Thanks for joining. For me, the hit of this whole suite is the designer series paper, the Simply Zinnia's 12 by 12. Hey, Susan, thanks for joining. I'll just quickly show some of the sheets so you can, and I've gotten into at least 2 packages of this, if not more. Those aren't stamped, those are just printed on there. And I'll show you some samples too. I have a few samples. Like I said, the only thing I haven't done yet, but it's on my to-do list, is to color either with Stampin' Blends or the watercolor pencils. So there are some of those sheets of that, and you'll see in the samples some of that. I'll share. This is a card that I created last week. So that just uses a piece of the designer series paper and a sentiment of your choice with some ribbon. So really quick, easy peasy to put together. Another one that just uses the designer series paper, 3 pieces and they're cut. The directions are on my blog from last week's post. If you are interested in trying to make these, I can send you in that direction as well. Here's another with the designer series paper and just the stamped image without any coloring, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. To me, it works really well with that. But if you love to color, then I think that this set is definitely for you. There will be a tutorial coming up on how to create this card. I have a sneak peek for some classes that I have coming up when I get back from Stampin' Up's On Stage next week. So that's just a piece of the designer series paper. And isn't this gorgeous? There's glimmer paper available as well as the gratitude sentiment. All right, another sample again with just the stamped flowers. So gorgeous. Hi, Linda. So very simple. Thanks everyone for popping in. Here's a fun fold. There will be a video on this later. Hey, Beth, how are things? So that's the Joy Fold. Look for an upcoming video. One thing you'll notice here is that Zinnia 3D embossing folder. And I do one more quick. This, I did have an event this weekend and I used the scalloped treat boxes. So I created the flower, and then I put some Easter candies in there using the designer series paper and the ribbon. So lots of different ways to use this, suite. So this is the card I'm going to make today. And I'll kind of show you the flowers as well. This is a piece of the designer series paper from that Simply Zinnias, or the flowering, it's called Flowering Zinnias 12 by 12. Highland Heather. Purple's one of my favorite colors. So the colors in this suite, they just call to me. So I'll kind of cover the flowers a little bit. So in the designer series paper, hi, Christine. Thanks for joining. Unfortunately, there isn't a die that cuts these out, but with a little bit of fussy cutting, you can get a bunch of flowers out of that. And I did use that to create some gift bags for my event over the weekend. I also played around with some different flowers and the pieces. It's interesting. There are a lot of pieces, and it's kind of whatever zinnias come in all different colors. So whatever your favorite color is, you can create. So you can see too that these are basically the same flower color, using the backing, but I switched out the fronts and the centers. I don't know how they're supposed to go. I've seen them both ways. It's kind of a matter of personal preference. Here's some petal pink with some calypso coral and lemon lolly. Hey, Tammy, thanks for joining. Daffodil Delight with some melon mambo and white. So you can just kind of go crazy with the colors. This one, I didn't use the flower backing, so I made that one. And that one. And then there is, you could do two tones. So I used the Gorgeous Grape and the Highland Heather. So lots of different choices for flowers. And once you start playing with it, you can see what you like best. I'm going to leave this one out just a minute. So you have a die. Yes, this is an awesome suite. The designer series paper to me is the best. So the part of the flower builder is this bottom piece. I've used it on some flowers and not on others, but it gives you a way to mount the flowers on. And then you have two other little flower dies. And for some of the flowers, I cut one of each and put them together. Then you have this little outside piece and then this little inside piece. Or you can switch it up however you like. Hi, Diane. Thanks for joining. So those are the pieces. Let me show you the card that we are making, and we'll just go ahead and get started on that. I have a piece of Highland Heather designer series paper that's measures 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Hey, Francine, thanks for joining. I always like to use the bold folder to give it a nice crease. I have a piece of lemon lime twist measuring 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my card base. We'll start just building that, and I'll show you the flowers and how I put mine together. Like I say, there are lots and lots of choices. Hey, Deb, thanks for being here. Lots of choices on how you can create those flowers. And what's fun is this designer series paper has so many choices. And if you want me to show the samples again at the end, I will certainly do that. lots of possibilities for this. All right, so that's just about ready to go. I do have some banners cut. Those are the nested essential dies. And this is the piece for the inside with the zinnia. Hi, Eileen. Thanks for joining. Let's just use Highland Heather here to stamp the inside flower. Just down in the corner. And we'll put that in the middle. You can always use that to decorate your envelopes as well. I know a lot of people love to decorate the insides and the envelopes, and I've seen recently some really, you can use designer Sears paper on the insides of your cards as well. All right. Okay. All right. Now what I've done for my flower is I have cut, I'm grabbing those dies. I've cut 2 of these. I like the way they look, so I die cut 2 of those. And then I have, those are Highland Heather. This is Lemon Lime Twist and then Lemon Lolly. Hey, Christine, thanks for popping in. All right, I'll move those off to the side. So what I did is I put a little glue dot just on the back in the middle. And that's kind of the way the flowers go together there. I don't think there's a right or a wrong way to put the flower pieces together. I just kind of lay it down on the, there we go. I just kind of move it around until I get the look I like. And voila, there's the flower. And when you have these 2 other pieces, it's kind of the same way. You could put either one on the top or the bottom. And once you have them cut out, you just, I don't know, squish them around until you find the look that you like. And it can be multicolored or single colored. So I have my flower ready to go, and I'll show you my sample. I really do like having the flower center. Hey, Sue, thanks for joining, in the middle, and then the other little piece on the top. I know there's probably some, we have some plant lovers out there, some technical terms I'm missing for all these flower pieces. And then I am going to take a little bit of glue for this piece here. And I'm just going to dab a little glue. You know, when I say dab, sometimes it ends up squooshing out, so I have to be careful. So we'll place that here. And it's the same for this piece. You kind of move it around to see exactly where you like it. And it's your flower. It can be anything you want. So there is that. All right. It kind of moved a little bit while I was, but that's how I like that flower. Now, the next piece that I do want to show you too is the sentiments from here. Sending flowers and thinking of you. Thank you so much. Words fail to express my gratitude. But this, the way I wanted to use this card, I wanted to use this banner, and it's just too long. So I'm going to use the masking technique and show you how I just got the sending flowers piece. So you'll need some Post-it notes or sticky notes for that. And I am going to cover up the piece that I don't want. So I gotta cover that up. The sticky part is on there. And then I'm going to get my ink. I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape. And hopefully this works the first time. And then I will just ink up my sending flowers. Hey, Chris, thanks for joining. And the key is to remember to take the sticky note off before you stamp. And then I'm just going to place that where I want it on my banner. So that's called the masking technique. You could, see, there we go. Perfect. You could also use Stampin' Up, Stampin' Right markers to do that as well. That works too. But that's always a good technique if you're just looking for certain pieces of a sentiment. You don't want the whole thing. It's a good technique to use. So I'm just going to put that Scotch tape. Yep. That works too. And you just kind of have to experiment. But the key is remembering to take that little piece off before you stamp. I am going to add a couple of dimensionals to the back of my flower. Also, I don't know if you noticed I have these petals flat, but like for the box, I did take a bone folder and bend the flowers just a little bit so they looked a little bit more lifelike and real. So as you can see, just a ton of different possibilities for making the flowers and color-wise, and just lots of different looks. And then we have to have some ribbon and we have to have some jewels. So the Ribbon Duo Combo Pack has the Lemon Lime Twist ribbon in it. I'm going to make a bow with that. It has Petal Pink and the Lemon Lime Twist, and the Petal Pink also goes with this suite as well. Yes, I forgot the time change is Arizona doesn't do the time change, but everybody else does. So I'm still going live at the same time. So if you miss it, mark it for the time change. So there's my bow. I use about 9 inches of ribbon. I know that's a lot, but I need a lot to tie the bow. And just put a glue dot right on the back. And I'll place that on the card front, just right about here. I guess I want to move it down just a little bit. And, trim it. And some jewels. I've had a lot of the catalog has a lot of fun coordinating jewels. So if you're looking for the Lemon Lime Twist, and it's not, I just love all the different colors. They're in the Tinsel Gems 4-pack. So there are all these really fun, colorful jewels there. So I'll choose 3 of those and just, I'm pretty sure you've heard the jewels go in 3s. So right about there. So there we have just one card. I just wanted to quick show you how to use those flowers. Give me a shout if you have any questions. So that's the one card using the flowers. I showed the box. You can die cut the flowers. Some other quick samples of the Joy Fold card. That one uses that Zinnia's 3D embossing folder. Clean and simple, quick and easy. Showcasing the Designer Series paper with, that glimmer. Just love the glimmer. No, they're dies. They're die cuts. The Simply Zinnia bundle with a new, it's an online exclusive. So it's not a punch. And some of the flowers, I die cut. I did not die cut. I cut those out by hand. And the others use flower pieces. It's a flower builder. And some of you know me. I'm not a teeny little piece person, but I just had to try this, and I have been having fun with it. Let's see, I showed you that one. And then just these are from last week, just using the Designer Series paper and a sentiment. So there will be some measurements on my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com, as as well as the sample. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I appreciate it. I appreciate you commenting and sharing and liking and all of that good stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any questions, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much. Until then, happy stamping. Bye-bye.